Evening, everybody. Happy Sunday afternoon. Or my music just went. Oh, it's there. Happy Sunday afternoon, everyone. At least here in Central Time, USA, it is Sunday afternoon, or Sunday evening, actually. After 5 o'clock. I think that's when afternoon officially turns to evening. 5 o'clock, maybe not. Hard to say. Anyway, I did get some few things done today. We're gonna share. I got a got a product in the mail today, which I want to share. Also want to show one of the Mr. Jar Jar. How you doing tonight? So we're just getting started here for the evening. And yeah, so I worked on some of the Hangry Games models. I finished Shaggy, or the Shaggy equivalent model. And let's see, what else did I do today? Oh, I finished Vault Girl. So Vault Girl is done. Her base is done. And we're going to show all that stuff. And we're going to show a new product that I got. And yeah, I did some cleaning. Did a little bit of 3D printing and assembling. So yeah, it was a good hobby day today, and we're going to continue that on here into this evening. So grab a brush, a miniature, and some paints, and welcome to the Monster Den. And here we are. We're going to work on the Mad Mage tonight. So the Mad Mage is going to get some more work. We just started this last night and did a few base coats. Got a long way to go on this piece, but good piece. All right, painterly get. And then we finished Shaggy, or what I'm calling Shaggy. So this is one of the characters from Hangry Games, and this is what I call Shaggy because he reminds me of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And except for, you know, he's being obvious about the bong and the of course the hat. So take what was implied in Scooby-Doo and turn it into this character, and then you got the Shaggy character. So that's from Hangry Games. That's going to be a Kickstarter that's coming out. Of course, we already painted the dude. Quantum Reveries. How you doing, my friend? Otis is on a walk right now, so I will give him a treat when he gets back. So I'm sure Otis will be ready to lay down and stream tonight. How did the day treat me? It treated me well. I just finished dinner and doing a little bit of work outside, but earlier in the day today I was doing some hobbying. So I finished I finished Quantum Reveries. Thank you for that raid. Sorry I was not there. I just got back. I just came in from outside doing some yard work and stuff, and doing some weeding and that kind of thing. But I did get some hobbying done earlier today. So I finished the Shaggy character. Fine Line, how you doing? So I gave him his eyes, which, you know, they're so tiny you really can't see them, but they're there. I did some cleanup on him, did a few of the last little details like the pizza cutter. And yeah, I like it. I like how he turned out. I also finished Vault Girl today. Her base is done. The base was done using Dirty Down Rust, which I'm still not 100% sure I'm using right because I can never seem to get any of the bright oranges out of it. Jet, how are you tonight? I can never seem to get a lot of the bright oranges out of the Dirty Down, and I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. I mean, I'm mixing the hell out of the stuff, so I would think it's working. Another thing I'm going to talk about a little bit tonight is the Atom paint that I used on here. I did use the black around the base, around the rim here, and I noticed that it still has a little bit of a sticky feel, even though it's been that way overnight. So I don't know if it's just not good for doing the rims of, you know, I usually use primer, but since I was using the Atom paints, but I just noticed that the rims are still kind of tacky, which is kind of weird. But and then the last thing I did to Vault Girl is I realized I did not give her a vault number on her uniform last night, so I decided to go with 69. And I did a real careful job of painting it, and I think I did a really good job freehanding that on the back of her outlet. So she's the one. She's one of 100 females in the Vault 69, and she managed to escape. So, but I like it. I like how this turned out. I really do. Neat piece. Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Today's picture request. Oh, let's check it out. What was today's picture request? I hope it wasn't Vanessa having me in her cosplay demon outfit, having me boiled in. What is this? This is Ronald McDonald, KFC. What's with the Woody Woodpecker? Hands off my girlfriend. Woody Woodpecker beating up on Ronald McDonald at KFC. Okay, I see it now. That's awesome, Quantum. Your pictures are incredible. Really. Woody Woodpecker biting Ronald McDonald because he's eating KFC. That's... We don't need to know your weird soup fetish. So yeah, so Vault Girl is done. I like doing that. I also did a little bit of assembly today. I got a chance to play with these new glues. So I used both the resin glue today and I used the 3D print glue today, and I like them. They're very nice. I used the 3D print glue to glue up the bouncer here, and I did. So there's a couple more pieces that end up going on here, but I'm not going to put them all on yet. So the way this model ends up looking in the end is this thing goes here. So I actually dry fit the piece so that I could get the foot glued where it belonged. That goes there. This goes here. And then just noticed I didn't snip off a couple of supports. No wonder it didn't sit well in here. So there's that, and then the girl goes like this. Ah, come on. End up breaking it. That's what it looks like in the end. So it's a little mini diorama. It's really cool. I really like it. And my son is a huge BioShock fan, so I glued the canisters on the back. Believe it or not, this yeah, it looks like it is a fun model to paint. Believe it or not, the cage around here printed on the model. This was not a separate piece that I glued on. This whole cage here was part of the actual print. Built right on. I was quite amazed by that. This part I glued on over here, so this went in here. But yeah, the glue worked really, really well. I'm very impressed with these glues. So these are called VMS glues. I got them from I got my VMS products from Michigan Toy Soldier, and this one is specifically formulated for 3D printing, and this one is specifically formulated for resin. Another thing I like about these glues is their consistency is somewhere between a thin and a gel. So it's not as thick as a gel, not as thin as, like, to me, a thin, or it's a little bit thicker than even regular super glue. And I like that. It was just the right consistency, that it stays put. And then the other thing I like is, if you see it down there, it's actually got a metal pin in the lid. You see that down inside there. And that metal pin goes into the top, and it keeps the top clear, which I love it. Today I discovered my adult daughter did not know the Kentucky Fried Rat urban legend. Yeah, it is an urban legend, isn't it? Well, you know, Demolition Man, rat burgers. This is a rat burger? Don't ask them where they got the meat. Huh? Do you see any cows down here? I just thought that was funny. So we're going to be working on the Mage. Oh, this was my Amazon purchase. So I needed a new set of snippers. And I bought these snippers on Amazon called Steady.
The underscore fine line defeated a common model.
And they're actually designed for plastic sprues, or plastic models. And it comes with this nice cover. And I'll tell you, these are the sharpest sprue cutters I've ever seen. Ever. I mean, they are just insanely sharp. I'm going to do a flush cut here. And they're also sharp on both sides. There, I hardly see if I can get the right angle here. But very, very sharp. And they have a are they made in Japan? Yes, they are, actually. They are made in Japan. Why, is that good? They also have oil in the little cover here. So I like the little cover. Yeah, these were compared to God hands. Or God. Yeah. These were compared, a lot of people who reviewed them said they compared them to God's hand. But for like 15 bucks. These were 15 bucks. And I was impressed with the price, and I'm impressed with the cutters. So I was going to get a bunch of the cheapy ones. You know, like these. I was just going to get a bunch. I was going to get a bunch of these. Because you can get like a pack of 10 of these for like 20 bucks. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to get a bunch of them. And I just decided, well, let's try a nicer cutters and see what happens. And I'm not disappointed. Yeah, like 15 bucks. So I had to order a filter for the RV And I'm like online looking. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Then I also started building this model, the Lady of the Lake. I built the base, but I decided not to put her in it yet because I decided it would be easier to paint her out of there. Harbor Freight Icon brand flush cuts are really good too. Nice point as well. Do not use it to cut anything. Yeah. Use the other colors. Yes. Yeah, that was one reason I wanted a good pair for cutting resin and plastic sprues. And decided to use the other ones for cutting metal. I'm gonna hide them so my son doesn't take them. So I think that's how my other ones got all crappy. All right, I also did a little research on the Mad Mage here today and discovered that all these little ribbon things are just white or ivory or off-white. So I'm gonna start by basing them in one of my favorite colors from Chimera, called Kiwi Brown. And this is a very, very, very similar to Xandri Dust from Citadel. You can't go wrong with this color as a base for anything kind of off-white. So all these ribbons of shame here. The Macron is raiding. Thank you for that raid. Welcome everybody coming into the Monster Den tonight. Happy Sunday. What were you working on? Can I get a shout out, please? Like, I'm always sorry that I can never, it's like I stream at the same times, or gosh, today was yard work day. Well, kind of. Otis is here. Heyo. Let's see. Phoenix? I think I apologize if I butchered that name. Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the Monster Den. I am working on a model here from Loot Studios. This is called the Mad Mage. Tancred? Thank you for that follow. Otis is here. He's eating his special treat. There he is. Flailing around trying to do glowing plasma coils. Yeah. Yeah, the secret with glowing plasma coils is to do a white undercoat, because that'll make it pop, but you still have to do kind of a gradient with the white in order to really kind of make it look like a plasma coil. I've tried them a bunch of times and I'm still not very good at them. But I really don't do them that often. I'm mostly given up on painting GW stuff or anything that's got sci-fi. What the dog doing? Chad music. All right. I overthinned my dark blue, got a bunch of coffee staining that ruined the light blue coat. What the dog doing? The dog is getting ready to, I'm sure he just got back from his walk. So he's thinking about it. He's thinking about relaxing. But one thing about Otis here is that he has to decide when he's ready to do something. And right now he hasn't decided. And once he makes the decision, he will do what he's going to do. So I don't know where he's going. Where you go? Oh, he's looking for crumbs from the treat he just had. Where you going, Otis? Huh? It's streaming time. It's streaming time, buddy. Huh? Lay down. Lay down and I will give you a treat. Lay down and I will give you another treat. Lay down. Lay down on your bed. Come on, on your bed. Go on your bed. 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 You're not on your bed. You're like half on the bed. What's this side saddle thing you got going on here? Here, I'll push it over there. Nah, not far enough, obviously. I love watching streams with the dog and cat action. In trouble. Matey at the top of my list for doggos. Yeah, Otis is always here. He knows when I'm streaming. He lays here pretty much all night. People give him treats. Yeah, he's a good boy. It's Sass said, Otis is giving you sass. Yes, he is. Otis is always giving me sass. Following a YouTube tutorial from someone I can't remember. Looks good when I get it right, though. Yeah, it does. When you get those plasma coils right, they pop. And, you know, you could do so many cool colors. You know, I've seen everything from, you know, fluorescent green to, like, even pink. You know, fluorescent pink is kind of cool. Blue, you know, that you can pretty much use it as a pop of color for any scheme. I always like to do them in a color different than the rest of the model. That way, you know, you get that splash of color from a different color. Let me show you some of the pieces I've been working on. So I got to be careful with this one. This is a competition piece that I'm... Ooh, man. This is a competition piece I'm working on. This is called Enna. This is from Loot Studios. And it's a, you know, obviously it's a bust. Enna something. I forget what her last name is. But it's a gorgeous bust. I always wanted to paint this piece and decided to start working on it. But really enjoyed. I got to do some more on the eyes. I did some work this week on the filigree yeah. And I still have a little work I want to do in the eyes. And I got a Davida. So that's been a fun piece to work on. And then I've been working on some models from the Hangry Games, which is a Kickstarter coming from a friend of mine, Warp Drive Dude, who's working on a game called the Hangry Games for Kickstarter. It's a dystopian future where everybody worships fast food. And I've been working on the Temple of Za, because pizza is definitely my spirit animal. So each faction has 2 workers and a manager. And the 2 workers, this is the manager, obviously modeled after the Big Lebowski, the dude. And he's got his pepperoni stick nunchucks. Fun model to paint. I loved painting that. Then we have the Shaggy Rogers piece here. So reminds me of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And obviously he's smoking a joint. And I gave him the Bob Marley hat, just if there wasn't any doubt in your mind if he was smoking a joint or not. That's another character. And then the last character for this particular faction is, I don't have a name for her yet, but she kind of reminds me of Daphne from Scooby-Doo. So there's definitely some Scooby-Doo vibes going on in this particular, you know, she's got the big pizza cutter as her weapon. I'm going to be working on that. And then I just finished out this Fallout Girl. So we got Fallout Girl. This is a 3D print from the company that makes it, Modifius. So I bought a 3D print. I bought I got a 3D print kit of Fallout and did the vault suit on this vault girl. And then this morning I realized I hadn't given her a number, so if you play Fallout, you know the reference. she's one of the women from Vault 69 and she escaped. That's her story. and now she's after all men, or she wants to hit them with her power hammer. So, yeah. I thought the freehand on that vault number looked pretty good, too. Didn't take me terribly long to get it right. So, anyway. 100%. Hey, 80 Creations, how you doing? Yeah, so those are the pieces I've been working on lately. I also did a 3D print of something I'm going to be working on in the future here. And I joined a 3D print subscription company called Nom Nom, and they have a bunch of nice prints. And I got this BioShock bouncer, and it has the girl too, little sister. So she goes on here eventually. And then there's a couple more smoke plumes, but what it looks like. And then there's two more smoke plumes that go on the sides here. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. I'm trying to decide, do I want to just go regular true metallic metal, or do I want to kind of do some, like typhus corrosion kind of stuff, or some dirty down, that kind of thing. I'm still trying to figure it out, which way I want to go. But I started gluing him up today, and I glued the tank on and glued some of the pieces on, but I'm leaving these other pieces off, thinking it'd be easier to print. Or my son is a big BioShock fan, so that's why I decided to do this one. And then I'm working on another piece here. This is a sci-fi piece from Loot Studios, and I'm debating if this is gonna become good enough to enter in a competition I'm thinking about doing, but I got a long way to go on it. But I have until July. I'm not a big sci-fi painter, so I'm kind of out of my element here. Ooh, liking the bike. Treat us to true metallic true metallic metal with some verdigris. I might do true metallic metal as the base and then do a bunch of weathering on it. That's kind of where I'm going with the BioShock. I've got to kind of look at pictures, but I'm leaning towards true metallic metal with a bunch of weathering. So really, will much of the metallic show through anymore? Probably not. But yeah, so this is another piece I'm kind of messing around with from Loot Studios. I got a ways to go here. Ways to go. Right, Otis? There, have a treat. Have a treat, Otis. But anywho, yeah, so I also been messing around with these. So I got these two new glues from VMS. I got these from Michigan Toy Soldier. And they're different glue formulas for resin and 3D prints. And I like them. I like them a lot. The consistency is somewhere in between a thin and a gel, which I like that because it kind of stays put, but it's not so thick that it's jelly-like. I also like that the cap has a pin in it, so when you close it, it puts the pin into the top to seal it. I love. If I can get it on there right. So yeah, so specially formulated super glues for resin and 3D printing. I struggle with glue. I really do. I really, really struggle with it. So I wanted to find something that I liked better, and I think I found it. I've tried just about every glue. I've tried Gorilla Glue. I've tried all the companies' glues out there that... And then, of course, for plastic, it's always Tamiya extra thin. Which, since I was buying, I bought an extra bottle of Tamiya extra thin. Always comes in handy. At one point, I was going to make some sprue goo, but decided not to because since I'm a 3D printer, I have tons of 3D resin, and I've got a flashlight, and that works as good as any sprue goo to fill the holes, fill gaps. Howdy, laters. Howdy. How you doing? You guys are amazing. I wish I had the time to be... You guys are always here, and I appreciate it very much. And I wish I had the ability to reciprocate on that, because it's like, man, my time is just so busy when I'm not streaming. Went to breakfast with my daughter this morning. Did some yard work. Did a little bit of hobbying, and then dinner. Busy day. Of ads. So this coat on these ribbons are just a base coat for a much whiter, so like off-white. I compare this color to Xandri Dust. If you are a Citadel person and you use Xandri Dust, this is called Kiwi Brown from Chimera, and I think it's almost an exact match for Xandri Dust. Sarge is here. Sarge, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for those biddies. Hooah! Confirmed, I think you have no lives. For me, it's because my hobby time overlaps your stream time, though I admit I set it up that way ages ago. Yeah. Well, most of my stream time is my hobby time, so I rarely hobby outside of stream. I'm trying to. I'm making a real effort to hobby more during my Monday, Tuesday. So let's see. Mondays and Tuesdays I reserve for extra like work. And if I have something I need to do for work, those are the days I do it. And then I tend to just kind of wait. You know what I mean? It's it's one of those things that I reserve the time and I watch for things to happen that I have to work on. And I really can't focus on hobbying while I'm in that state. But it really hasn't been bad lately, so I've been trying to hobby on Monday and Tuesday nights if I can. And I've been getting better at it slowly. And then Wednesday I go to my dad's. And then Thursday I stream, and Friday is date night with that's the night my wife and I usually go out for dinner or fish fry or whatever. And so we just went out last Friday with old boss from one of my previous jobs, and had great conversation. And you got to do that, get out. And then that's it. And then I stream on Saturdays and Sunday nights, so I usually don't do much during the day. Although today I did get a little done. Hot and sweaty. Ugh. Hot because I'm handsome. Ooh. Sweaty because I just finished mowing the front and backyards. Hot and sweaty. We had a beautiful day here. It was about 60 degrees. Sun was shining. Otis loved it. So the way Otis operates during the day on a nice day is he wants to come in and out. So he'll go outside and then get too hot, and then he comes inside and he smells like roast dog. And then he'll be in the house for about an hour, and then he goes back outside again. And then this pattern repeats itself on nice days. $80 degrees. My goodness. That's hot. See, us northerners, that's cooking for us when it starts to get up to 80. And it gets up to 100 or past 90, we're inside. But as Jeff Dunham says, we're a hardy people. Or actually Walter from Jeff Dunham. We're a hardy people. I've got bets going on with my neighbors how we have one house on our street that hasn't mowed their lawn yet. So there's kind of a poll going on. If they're going to go like with a no mow May. If they're going to go a whole month without mowing it, we're placing bets right now. If they only knew we were making fun of them. Nah, they're nice. They're nice people. It's just kind of funny. Also found out that both yards have a major invasion of fire ants. Ugh. See, we don't have those kind of things in Wisconsin. We just have to worry about the mosquitoes. Have to worry about the occasional mosquito. Fire ants. Nasty. Nasty critters. Another thing I've discovered very recently is that I have been not spending enough time shaking my paints. And I've been trying to, like, to do it quarter more, you know, at least, like, 50% more of the time than I normally do. Tarzan, thank you for those biddies. Hello, hello, Avrilina. They're all fire ants in Texas. The scariest thing I ran into when I lived in Missouri was a pretty good sized snake. And it was determined that it was a garter snake. Which does it does resemble a coral snake. Which they do have. But this one was not. But it was scared the bejeebers out of my wife. Okay. I gotta go to the reference pick. See what I'm missing here. This is one of the things I don't like about mini painting. I'm dealing with all these sashes here, and these sashes go all over the place. They go under, they go around, they go different directions, and I already screwed up how one of these was painted. It wasn't a terrible screw up, but annoying nonetheless. That's better. We got that right now. Go. Oops, wrong color. Red on black venom will lack. Red on yellow will kill. Yeah, garter snakes are green and oh, it wasn't a garter. What's the one that looks like a corn snake? That's it. Not a garter snake, a corn snake. That I was told it was a corn snake. Because it resembled a coral snake. You know, the coloring. The neighbor came over and saw it, and he's like, "Ah, that's just a corn snake." He wasn't. That's when I lived in Missouri for a very short period of time. I lived in Missouri for like 2 years. King snake? All right, king snake? I don't remember. All I all I remember is that it was similar to a coral snake, but it was the opposite one. The non-dangerous version. All right. That's looking pretty good. All right, and then we're also going to start out the parchment in the same color as the ribbons. Take the ribbons from you. Scarlet king snake is black, red, and yellow. Okay, is that the one that looks like the coral snake but isn't? I think it might have something to do with their eyes too. The one has got just the plain eyes, and the other one's got the cat eyes, which are, I guess that's more dangerous. I don't like snakes. Not even my son's my son has a what the heck? The heck is it called now? Shovel nose? No. Not a shovel nose. Hog nose. A hog nose. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's got a hog nose. We raised that thing from when it was real tiny, and he took it out yesterday. That thing is massive. When we brought it home originally, it was in a tiny little container, and now it's really big. And by big, I mean like 18 inches. I think it's about as big as they get. It certainly would not fit in the container it came in anymore. So here's something interesting about 3D prints. And I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I always make sure most of these are hollow. Because if you don't print them hollow, you spend a fortune in resin. You know, there's definitely a cost to the resin. And they have holes in them for the resin to drain out. And I tend to leave at least one of those holes open. Sometimes I seal them, but depends on how visible they are. Like this one, I'm going to leave it. And the reason I leave it is because I found that if you seal up a hollow model, they can explode. And they can, like, do a bunch of weird stuff. I had a Christmas ornament that I printed, and I sealed up all the holes, and like 6 months later, it just split open. I was like, oh, what happened there? So from what I understand, if you don't seal the holes, or if you seal up the holes, it can do some bad stuff. So I try to leave one hole open. I don't know if it's right or wrong or not, but that's what I do. All right, I got to clean a brush here real quick that is crying out for attention because it was all splitting. All right, better. Da-da-da-da. Right, Otis. Otis. Wish move if you wise move if you, yeah, it is difficult. Some people to cure the inside have like a little light on the end of a wire that they put up in there. I haven't been able to find anything like that yet. A little UV LED. So I should probably look for something like that, but it is difficult to cure the inside of a model. And if I just leave one of the holes open, I found that it's not that big a deal. You got to let them breathe, you know? Got to let those got to let that model breathe a little bit. Oh, Mr. Ribbon. One thing I said, so I worked with those Atom paints when I painted the Fallout Girl model. One thing I said at the beginning of stream that I noticed today, for those of you who weren't here already, is I painted the rim of the base using the Atom Black because I already had it on my palette, and I figured, hey, since I got it here, I'm going to use it. Why waste it when it's already on my palette? That was this piece here. And I've noticed that the base, that the rim is still a little tacky. And this is, I did this yesterday. And the base is still a little tacky around the rim. So I'm wondering what's going on there. I'm wondering what's going on there. So I did finish her today. They make some micro UV LEDs. I've still got some left over. They're tiny. Like the actual LED is about the size of the ball on an AA ballpoint pen. Wow. You can solder. Get a classic LED with UV and resistor and battery with wires. Yeah, I solder. In fact, I've got all the resistors and everything, so. Anyway, I noticed that the Atom paints are drying a little tacky on those bases. So I don't know why. A fiber optic pen light attachment. Fiber optic pen light attachment. See, I do have the flashlight. I have a UV flashlight. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for some Dark Sea Ben. Pro Krill. What time is it? 6 o'clock. We'll play marbles here shortly. Play some marbles. Darn it. I'm gonna go more blue with the book. But I'm gonna start out with a base coat of Dark Sea Ben. I love Dark Sea Ben. Another great color that goes along with it is the Dark Sea Blue from Vallejo. And that's pretty much Pro Acryl's attempt at that color. Great color, works well as a base coat for just about any green or blue or purple. I am going to be careful with this because I don't want to get it on the book pages, or else I'll have to heavy body white. Oh, and I already did it here in the back. Ah, goof. Just checked on Mouser's single 3mm LED with 395 nanometers cost around 20 cents. 405 better, but dirt cheap. Yep, dirt cheap. You gotta love it. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was afraid of, that green would be really hard to cover, and it is. So the trick there is, because I screwed that up, because I painted the book spine, or the book pages, now I got to get out my heavy body white, and I'm going to use, I'm just going to use Pro Acryl's heavy body white. Marbles. Yep. I'm going to play just a moment. Oh, where do I want to put this? Okay, why can't I get it out of the bottle? The heavy body white does not like to come out of these Pro Acryl bottles. It's very, very thick paint. Yeah. Now, if that would have been a Vallejo bottle, or a scale 75 bottle, and I would have squeezed it that hard, I would have had paint everywhere. So here's what you use your heavy body white for. I'm just going to cover right over that green. I got it a little too thin. I like the Liquitex better because it covers a little nicer than this does even. But it covers. So that's what you use your heavy body white for. use it to cover up your dark colors so that you can put another color over the top of it, or else it will not work. And you'll be on your 300th layer of the color and it still won't cover, and then you're like, ugh. There, see how nice that covers that dark color? Another good thing to use that for is when you're trying to paint over red. Painting over red is a pain. And you can use heavy body white over red to help you out. Make the job a little easier. Keep in mind, these are all just base coats. They're all just base coats. Does look a little goofy right now. It's like when you get to this stage at a model, everything that you haven't painted starts to stand out. All right. Getting there. I usually like to do all my base coats before I start to do layering and detail, because I kind of want to see how the whole model is going to look. Excuse me. My goodness. I didn't sleep well last night. All right. I'm going to play some marbles. All right. Marbles is ready. So let us go and play marbles. Bum. Bum, 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 bum. Rusty Remnant. Let's do Space Station and then a community track. All right. All right, everybody, join us for some marbles on stream, ! Play, if you want to get in on such a fun pastime here in the Monster Den. Right, Otis? Otis is very excited. He's glad you're all here. What's that? You want to play marbles too? He just looks at. Right, Otis. Yeah, okay, fine. Snacrifice.
Later
We must
Saturday,
appease the
Fox
Otis with the great snacrifice. Has the Otis been appeased? We don't want any Cujo incidents here. So we better appease the beast. More snacks. All right, I'm going to start the clock. Hard Candy is here. Night Flyer's here. Bench Guy, how you doing? Cora, D20 Geek. See, everybody comes out of the woodwork. Everybody sneaks in to play marbles. We're doing great, Hard Candy. How you doing? Eden, how are you? I hope everybody had a productive Sunday. We're doing well. We're doing well. We had a good day. Good day of a little bit of yard work, a little bit of breakfast with my daughter, a little bit of hobbying. You know, kind of one of those well-rounded days, although I wish I had a whole nother day. I just start to get into swing of things, you know? And then you got to go back to work. Now I'm deciding not to cook and instead go pick up burgers for dinner. Good choice. Good choice. We had Euros tonight for dinner. I'm always watching for the Euro meat to go on sale at Costco, and it like hasn't for the last year. And then it finally did. My wife's like, "It was on sale. I bought some." Wow, Painterly Git goes straight through that hamster wheel. Hamster ball. But what type of burgers? You know, what's your burger what's your burger of choice? Is it like a local burger, or is it like a chain burger, like a Whataburger or something? I am dead. Painterly gets caught because he didn't hit the speed booster and everybody else did. It's a local mom and pop shop called Bud's Giant Burgers. They are delicious. Now, are they giant as in big around? Or are they giant as in like the size of the patty, like hockey puck style? My mom used to make hockey puck burgers. Oh no, Painterly Gid! You went up and over! And I was never a big fan of hockey puck burgers. I prefer like the jumbo style burger, like the burger that's like 5 inches, you know, big round burger. We have a place in Milwaukee called Cops. Good burger. Big patty, tall burgers, not big around. Okay, so like the big hockey puck burgers. As soon as Ed spoke my name, I got hung up in the wheel of death. Ah. tried to pass me. Look what happened. Everlina continuing the hot streak from yesterday's stream. 100 monster marks. Wonderful, wonderful. Today was Revenge of the 5th. Or is it Return of the 5th and Revenge of the 6th? Alright, Cora's still out on the track. Hurry up. What are you doing, Cora? Quit messing around up there. Oh, no. Just on the edge of finishing the race just to be denied. Ugh, torture. All right, Space Station is our next track. Revenge of the 5th. I was almost there. It says my name and my marble gets exploded. Poof. Yes. If I just saith thy name, you will go up in a big yeet. So I'm going to cash in on this whole curse thing and just go with it full-fledged, you know. I will yeet thee. Yay, yay. Though I walk through the valley of the marbles, I shall fear no yeet. Oh, Hard Candy beat the Painter Liget all by himself. 201 monster marks to Hard Candy. Wow. 200 monster marks for that win against the Painter Liget. That's amazing. Hard Candy comes back all bloodied from the fight. All right, starting the clock. It's pronounced Painter Legit. I thought it was Painter Liget. Legit? Is it really? Painter Legit. Lets out a deafening roar. And Hard Candy survives. That's what I used to get called when I started streaming. Painter Legit. I thought it was Liget. I thought you told me it was Liget at one point. Okay. I'm sorry. I will do better next time. Oh, man, I might have to finish early tonight. I am really tired. I'm going on about 3 hours of sleep last night, and it's catching up to me in a hurry. All right. Are we going to get somebody going to get to the bottom of this thing? All right, Eden and Bench Guy to lead it off into the space station. Quantum Reveries just goes sneaking right on by. I don't know how that happened, but Quantum Reverie used that secret boost button. We're too old for no sleep. Yeah, I know. I am well aware of that. Blame my son. Kept me up all night. All right, I can't tell who's in the lead right now because I can't zoom in. See, it takes me back to the beginning. All right, it looks like Humbler John is in the lead. Humbler John. There we go. Followed by Avrelina again, who's having a great marbles. Oh my goodness, there goes the track record. And Jet just goes flying by like a jet. All right, Jet's getting to that speed boost. Here comes Bench Guy. What happened to Avrelina? Uh oh, Avrelina fell behind. I said the name. All right, Jet is still in the lead. Humbler John, Bench Guy. Not what I call painterly git when he asked embarrassing quote to my stream bot. Sounds like you say a lot of funny stuff and people should check out your stream. Just got back from Madison where I was meeting up with some video game nerds. We were up until 2 a.m. Yeah, I think I was up until 3, but not for fun reasons. Jet was our winner, Humbler John in second, Bench Guy, Eden, and Cora to round out the top 5. See, I said Jet, and there was no yeet. Best profile picture in all of marbles. It's called The Builder. Is that like special one that you only get like when you're get up to a certain level or something? All right. Okay, I'm not thinking straight here. Why can't I do anything? Oh, we still got laters out on the track. That's why. Oh no, your picture. Look like you stuck your finger in a light socket, I think, or something. If it were animated, there'd be like smoke or something. Sound like let's see. Bought curse insurance. What is this, like Monopoly? You buy, or Life, the game of Life where you have to buy insurance? All right, this is a community map again. No shame in the game. No game either. Alrighty. KSM. Killing Spree Maniac. All right, let's start the clock. I don't know. Sometimes these community tracks are just kind of blah. We'll see though. I see a hamster wheel. That's about all we can see. can't zoom or move anywhere. I see something that looks like a target. All right, got about 10 seconds. Three, two, one, here we go. All right, let's see. See what kind of track we got here. I want to see some yeets. All right, let's see. Quantum isn't. Oh, Quantum. I said it after you died, so no curse counting on that one. All right, Sarge in the lead. Followed by D20 Geek in the fine line. Said he wants to see yeets, then goes aw when it happens. Well, you know, I don't want to sound too excited. Uh-oh, Sarge gets caught around the hamster ball. All right, Humbler John is the first one to make it out. Ooh, my little guy needs the torch on this map. Be able to see the track. That's why I'm doing better, because I can see the track with my little torch. Yeah. Well, you know, I gotta own the curse. If the curse exists, I've got to own it, right? Oh, bench guy takes over the lead. See, why would I curse myself? See, why would I do it? It's just like somebody who does the curse would say, right? Yes. Looks like bench guy is our winner. I hold on for second place. Fine line, D20 Geek. And Sarge to round out the top 5. Bench guy, 100 monster marks for that win. So I can light all the... We curse your name. All right, let's see who won in the Grand Prix. Grand Prix is Jet in third place. In second place, D20 Geek. And in first place, Bench Guy. All right, nice, nice. All right, let's head back to the monster den. The marble god would never curse us. He only gives us the yeet we can handle. like that. He only gives us the yeet we can handle. Never gives us too much yeet. Okay. So we're figuring out some of these other colors now. So a lot of this stuff in here is going to be gold. All right, I need a real bright color that goes with jade green. I think orange would work. All right, Jet, you get some rest, my friend. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I know, man, it's late there. I don't know how you do it, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get some rest. We'll see you again soon. So I am going to look at the Flameon set. So these are all the Flameon colors for non-metallic gold. I'm trying to figure out what color order I want to go with these. I'm thinking I want to do this. Thinking I'm going to do this. Yes. So there's our combo. We're going to use dark orange brown, bright yellow ochre, and bright pale yellow. But really, all I need for right now is the dark color to do base coats on all these little thingies. We're just going to call them thingies. Why do I feel like I'm so far over? Somebody's passed out over here. Not enough that he didn't hear me talk about him, though. Look at him. Puts his head back down. It's a dog's life, right? Ooh, ready? Maybe you can hear it. Oh, did you hear the... You know, that... For a miniature painter, that's the equivalent of taking the that's the equivalent of taking the protective film off a new cell phone. You guys know if it's been raining all day, not now. Can I rattle can prime outside? If it's humid, it'll take a lot of extra dry time. I mean, you can do it, but it'll take extra dry time. All right, so dark orange brown is our first color. And this is from the Flamion set from Pro Acryl. This is the non-metallic gold set. And that is what we're going to use on all of these medallions. Non-metallic metal, nothing but the best for our auction winner. Gotta do the non-metallic metal. It's pretty much my go-to. I rarely do true metallic metal anymore. Unless I feel the piece... Unless I feel the piece is... The theme of the piece is for true metallic. Like with Warp Drive Dudes models for Hangry Games. To me, those make more sense to do true metallic. I don't think they would look very good as non-metallic. So this color is the equivalent of the Reaper. If you have the gold, non-metallic gold set from Reaper, and they call it non-metallic metal gold base, this is very similar. Very, very similar color. I'm assuming all of these medallions. So we determined that all the ribbons were for his Boy Scout awards. But he has a lot of these medallion thingies around him too. So what are those for? If the ribbons are for his Boy Scout awards, what are the medallions? What are all these metal things for? This is what I want to know. Track and field. Track and field. The junior high science fair. There you go. That goes along with the theme. The Mad Mage, you know, got his start at his local high school junior high school science fair. He really likes gumball machine prizes. Yeah, actually, sure, I will show you. Give me a second here. I will show you the Fallout Girl. I just found a support that I want to crack off here before I forget. How you doing, Make It Out? Love the show so much. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not sure why, but no, I'm kidding. I appreciate that. I enjoy doing this. Let me just finish this base coat on this thing here really quick. I'll show you the Fallout Girl. I really like how she turned out.
Like it wants to play some marbles.
I finished her today, actually. Oops. All right. What? Otis? Yeah, Otis is all passed out. He is passed out. All right. I will show you Fallout Girl. Here we go. All right. That's looking pretty good. All right. So, Fallout Girl. I even based her last night. So, we got the base done. And there she is. I did a little bit of... Otis, where you going? I did a little bit of Agrax Earthshade on her to kind of dirty her up a little bit. Because she is an explorer. I determined that she was an explorer. Got the Pip-Boy. Pip-Boy screen there. And then the piece lot of resistance is on the back. I put in... I gave her a vault number. The infamous vault number 69. I thought I did a pretty good job of painting the number on there too. I was actually quite happy with my ability to paint that on there fairly decently. I mean, it matches. It's centered really nicely, and it looks like the font too, pretty much. So yeah, she's one of the 99 women. She escaped from Vault 69. Because if you don't know, Vault 69, yeah, was one man and 99 women. And she's one of the women that escaped. And now she's on a what's the word I'm looking for? She's on a pilgrimage to kill all men with her power hammer. And I also finished Shaggy here, or what I'm calling the character I'm calling Shaggy from Warp Drive Dude's Hangry Games. I did do some true metallic shading, so I used Pro Acryl's silver and dark silver to create a little bit of shading around the pizza cutter to kind of give it some different looks. And yeah, I cleaned up some of the lines on the hat. They were a little messy. Cleaned up his face a little bit and added the pupils to the eyes. But I think it turned out really good. So yeah, that was fun. And then of course I built, if you weren't here earlier, I built more of the bouncer here. So we've got the bouncer from BioShock. And it's an awesome model. And it also has a little miss that goes with it. Supposed to go on there like that. Isn't this cool? And then there are two more steam plumes. There's one that goes here and one that goes over here. I haven't put those on yet to make it easier to paint. But I did put the tanks on the back here. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I've determined I'm going to paint it in true metallic metal, but then I'm going to do a lot of weathering. We're going to use some typhus corrosion. We're going to use some dirty down. I have to look at some pictures though. Maybe some verdigris. verdigris. Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of, I have to put a plan together for that one. I normally don't plan out my models, but that one I'm definitely planning out. Alrighty. We're getting there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, we're gonna base coat this bottle, potion, whatever this thing is over here. There's a couple of them. We're gonna base coat those with some Dark Sea Ben. And those are gonna be blue when we're done. Very blue. Giving them a nice dark base coat. Debating what I want to do. I think I want to do some wet blending on this tentacle, so I'm not going to just base coat it. I think I want to do some wet blending, so I'm going to have to think that through. And then we have the base coat for... What on earth is that? I don't know, but I don't think it's supposed to be there. Once in a while, when you're 3D printing, you'll get an artifact that's just kind of weird, and you'll sit there and go, what the hell is that? There. So this is a Loot Studios early. This is a pretty early Loot Studio piece, and they weren't quite as good as at supporting as they are now. And I think because of that, it's got a few little artifacts that are just not the best, but it's still going to turn out great. Forget about me. Okay. So I think we have all the base coats done except for the shoes. And we're going to use mahogany. Tentacle looks like an elephant trunk and tusks from the top. Yeah, it does. Yeah, there. It does look like an elephant trunk. So what's your favorite thing? Do you like to base coat everything? I personally kind of like to base coat most of everything. Sometimes I'll work on a face in its entirety. Because to me, I think faces kind of set the tone for a model sometimes. But other than that, I usually try to base coat everything before I work on detail. And I think the reason I do that is just to make sure that the color scheme is going to work out before I get too crazy into the highlights. I have been known to change a color mid-model. So we're just going to give him some plain old brown boots. I thought about doing black, and I'm like, eh. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so everything is base coated except for the tentacles, the staff. I'm probably going to work on the staff last. And then we're going to do a gold edge. Some of his robes. Only on this owl-like thing, or whatever this thing is. So we're going to paint that gold with the gold base color. We'll work it around here to the back. I think you just got to get, you know, this is where your brush practice comes in, that you can do a real fine line and just work your brush around it, because this edge here is actually higher than the rest of it on the inside. So if you can just get a light enough touch that you can paint that part without the brush even getting close to the other stuff, that's where some of the detailing comes in that makes it look, you know, you don't have to toil over it. So it's learning how to just get a nice brush control. That. And we're going to do the same on here. My brush control is very dependent on where I can rest my pinky finger. So you'll see that I'm always putting my pinky finger on something. And depending on how much, where I find to rest that pinky finger is really pretty dependent on how um, how much control I have on the brush. You hear now I got it down here. And I can even put it here on my own hand. Looks pretty good. Looking great. Looking great. All right, thanks, bench guy. You don't want to have too much paint in your brush either. That little edge. If you can get the right angle on it, you can also do almost like an edge highlight. But getting that angle where you can keep the brush almost parallel to the model, not always the easiest thing to do. Is that a chain? No, what is that? Can't tell. Okay. You got... I don't see an edge here. There should be one. I'm not like really super worried about this because a lot of times this stuff kind of disappears into some of the shading and stuff too. So it just trying to get a little bit of that color on. There we go. Now we have to worry about, did I get every spot? I think I have his other cuff left to do. Oh, nope. I missed this spot here. Oh, I missed this spot here. They're all over. There. That looks pretty good. I gotta do the other cuff now. This cuff is fancier. This cuff has little wavy lines. This one doesn't. So apparently this cuff is more important because it has more design. I don't know. See, now I'm struggling because I don't want to rest my pinky up on the staff. So I'm gonna, this is a little trickier of a move here.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Blades. How was your travels? Marbles? All right, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Let me just finish this gold edging here on this cuff. Right hand is the throttle hand. My leather motorcycle jack had flames on the right wrist. So you're suggesting that the Mad Mage here has you know, what is the Mad Mage ride? You know, are we talking Harley, you know, Goldwing? what are we talking? What does the Mad Mage ride? If he has the special jacket with the throttle design, what does the Mad Mage? Indian? Okay. All right. I like that. The Mad Mage drives an Indian. Okay. I definitely don't see the Mad Mage as like a Bucati or a crotch rocket kind of guy. Oh my goodness, that was terrible. I did a bad job of that. A Segway. Oh man. He's a trike. Okay, a trike. Okay, so we've got a Harley trike. I kind of like that. A Segway. I just pictured this mad mage riding a Segway. That's hilarious. A little sloppy here. A little sloppy with these triangles. Wood paneled station wagon with political bumper stickers. You guys are always so clever. Always funny. Go back and give these one more once over here. All right, that's a lot better. Cleaner. I think we've got it. But even a tiny detail like that can already, you know, bring the model up quite a bit. Oh, I see one more thing I got to do gold. Got to use this paint while it's fresh. And I guess that's one of my tips of the day. Tip of the day is, yeah, you can reuse paint on your palette a couple days later, but if you're doing something that requires a steady hand or just requires a degree of accuracy and niceness, like freehand, using fresh paint is always the best. There we go. Now I know all these ribbons look like they're the same color as the gold, but they're really not. They're going to be more of an ivory color by the time we're done. So like a parchment paper, that's just the undercoat. So these will be more whitish. Blades with that sub. Thank you, Blades. Let's spin the redesigned wheel for Blades. All right, 500 monster marks. So we have a new designed wheel. We have a bigger 500 spots and bigger 400 spots. So I finally got rid of the 300 because I never gave it out anyway. All right, let's go and play some marbles. Another round of marbles, shall we? Now that Blades is here, we can do this. We were waiting for Blades. All right, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. The agony of the yeet. The thrill of victory and the agony of the yeet. Right, Otis. Right, Otis. Otis. Ooh, he moved. He moved, everybody. Just my luck. More marbles as I return with a burger. Yum, yum. All right, now the next question. What does your burger have on it? Are you like a lettuce, tomato, bacon? Or are you just like, just give me meat and cheese and maybe some fried onions? I don't know. Heyo, Miar, how you doing? I don't know. I go back and forth with my burgers. Like I like the quarter pounder deluxe with the bacon with the tomato and lettuce on it. I like that one. But when I have a jumbo burger, ketchup, mustard, fried onions, and cheese, ideal. This place doesn't give you too many choices past their traditional burger. That being said, I got lettuce, tomato, cheese, and grilled onion. Good choice. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, and grilled onion. Yep. That's a good choice. Being from Wisconsin, the cheese capital of the country, we have a lot of places that they'll melt like all kinds of like different cheeses. Like, so you can get, like, when I go to this one place, I get the cheeseburger with all the cheeses. And I forget what all the cheeses are, but it's like 4 different types of cheese. And all you do is ask for the cheeseburger with all the cheeses, and it's delicious. All right, who's hungry? I know. It's like a black and blue burger. Ah, okay. I didn't even get in on the races yet. My goodness, I'm slacking. I'm slacking. Oh, oh, the great Bob is here. I'm eating a quarter pounder with cheese. Just a plain one. Mushroom and Swiss. Good choice. We have a place right about a mile from me here called Between the Greens. And it's the old hideout for Al Capone. And I'm serious. The restaurant is in a building that used to be Al Capone's hideout. And so they have the Capone burger. And the Capone burger is pepper jack cheese and this jalapeno relish on it. That's like a almost like a jardiniere, I think they call it. And oh man, it's awesome. It's Heartburn City, but oh, so good. It's Heartburn City, but it's delicious. See, I get a burger, lettuce, tomato, red onion. Good choice. I like the red onion. It is different. Mayo, pepper jack, cheddar cheese, and you can't forget the bacon. Yep. Good choice. Nice. Yeah. Mwah. Yes. Good choice. I like the red onion. Red onion can make a big difference. I'll either do red raw or fried white. Or, you know, whatever the sweet onion is. Vidalia. I do have to admit, though, McDonald's Big Mac now is actually good again. It's delicious. They added, like, more sauce and changed the meat, and it's very tasty now. You know, you got the extra sauce. So, you know, sauce is boss. That's my saying. When it comes to burgers and sub sandwiches, sauce is boss. All right, I'm taking the lead. If I win, the curse isn't real. What about sweet onions, grilled pineapple, and jalapeno? You know, I've seen jalapeno on a burger, but pineapple, but I've never tried it. It sounds like it could be good because you got the hot and the sweet, and I'm thinking it could be good, but I've never honestly had it. A1 is the boss sauce. That's one thing I like about Cookout. I can get a burger with A1. Such a great flavor complex. I would try it. I'd try it. Ooh, El Kraken's moving fast. I'm surprised El Kraken survived the uh-oh, Stacy'd. Stacy'd again. And boom, El Kraken is our winner. Rykos, how you doing? I don't think I said hi to you this evening yet. Today's race is brought to you by the letter M, or E, or 3, or number 3, or W's. All right, El Kraken was our winner. Moving on to our next track. Marble Adventure. Did you see that Jawa is running away? What? Where? What Jawa? Oh, the Jawa has a hobo pack. I like it. Gonna start a new life. She's given up. She's given up the exotic dancing to start a new life in Mos Eisley or something. Or she heard about this great place. She heard about this great place called Alderaan. She's looking for love in Alderaan places. Oh, oh, laters. Oh my goodness, laters. Oh, you win the internet. That deserves Uh, that deserves some monster marks right there. She buys now. Think of how much property you will appreciate over time. That deserves 500 marks. Well, I did we'll do 200. There we go. Oh, I just did 3. So you got 3. 200 is good. Oh, that's good. Looking for love in Alderaan places. Oh, my goodness. That's wow. All right, I'm starting the clock. I think the pun damage from that may have killed my character. uh, or maybe they're looking for maybe they're looking for dancers at Jabba's palace. Or Mos Eisley, you know, you got the Cantina band, so you can do some. All right, starting the clock. Oh, somebody already hit the bomb. Who just got painfully getting bench guy? Both got bombed right at the beginning of the race. Oh, hard candy, laters, quantum reveries. Ouch, ouch. I put up a whip. Whip it good. Oh. JR is in the lead. I don't know. It's never a good thing to be in the lead on this track, though. It's never good to be in the lead on this track. Because the bombs will get you. Oh, JR taking the lead again. Oh, look out for that trap door. Here comes a bomb. Oh, goes around the bomb. Here comes the fine line. Everybody's avoiding the bomb. Aw. Oh, JR, that was close. You almost hit that trap door. Oh, that trap door just closed. No! Oh, JR living dangerously. JR is living dangerously. Oh no, JR. D20 Geeks going backwards. Here comes Blades. And Humbler John. Humbler John just really close to that open trapdoor. All right, can anybody make it across? No, no. I actually made it like last week. I don't know how, but I actually finished this race. And got El Kraken made it across. El Kraken was our winner. Oh man. Let's see if Nightflyer can get quick enough to make it across the finish line. Nope. El Kraken was our winner. Who won the first race? McHappy Day. El Kraken won the first race. I think. No, wait. Yeah. Wait. Did El Cac is this 2 in a row? Did El Kraken just win 2 in a row? I think so. Let's see. Yes. El Kraken won 2 in a row. So here we have a chance for the 3 in a row again. We have a chance to see who will hit the podium, or who, if El Kraken can do what's never been done. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. This is a new community track. No pressure, Kraken. Yesterday we had a chance for 3 in a row. Didn't happen though. Didn't happen. Oh, let's see, what color are we going to want? Start with a dark ivory or a bone? Yeah, we'll just do dark ivory. Yeah, maybe we'll do. Alrighty, we're gonna start the clock. The pressure is on for El Kraken to win 3 in a row. Oh, El Kraken's not on the list? No! Oh my goodness, El Kraken! What happened? El Kraken had the chance for 3 in a row and we lost him. He didn't join the last race. Ugh.
Emotional damage.
Yay, betcha. Emotional damage. I'm not gonna win this race. All right, we got D20 Geek in the lead. This is kind of like going down the stairs of a castle or something. Ooh, Humbler John. Zooming ahead. Your monthly win average in marbles is 0.33. All right, Humbler John going down the stairs. Oh, here comes Quantum Reveries, kind of a different path. Somebody taking the low road. D20 Geeks taking the low road. Heading into the Kerplunk. Whoa, it's going fast. Oh no, Humbler John just got smacked right back. Hard Candy takes the lead. This is kind of a fun track. I'm kind of liking this. Hard Candy takes the lead. Very castly, yes. Got lots of stairs. And different. Oh, Hard Candy, a little dangerous there. A little. Oh, here comes D20 Geek to challenge. Oh, oh, D20 Geek goes over the edge and wins. Oh, D20 Geek takes the win away from Hard Candy by sneaking over the edge and dumping into the bucket. Oh, that's right. This is where the Mad Mage lives.
His veins, his feet, his hands, his organs would all have to be increased in size.
Exactly.
He would have an enormous.
He would have an enormous Schwanstucker. That goes without saying. Hard Candy gets in there for a second. Humbler John, Rykos, and JR to round out the top 5. All right. El Kraken, you had your chance. You had your chance, El Kraken. You missed the last race. Oh, look at that. Everybody gets 100 monster marks. 100 monster marks for everybody. D20 Geek in second and El Kraken in first. All right, nice. All right, let's head back to the den. All righty, so I got a 50-50 mix of something and something. 50-50 mix of kiwi brown and bone. And we're just going to start working up the all of the Mad Mage's medals. And this is really where the tricky part kind of gets in here, because you gotta follow the contours of the ribbons. Captain Hexagon.
May I have 10,000 marbles, please?
Captain Hexagon. Fighting crime against geometry. Bench guy, thank you so much. Man. My goodness. Thank you, bench guy. Appreciated as always. Oh, yes, Painterly gets work whip. Sorry, we were in the middle of marbles when you told me about it. All right, what do we got here? The Crab Bash. Is that what we're looking at here? The Crab Bash. What the heck? My goodness, what is this? It's a hockey puck. this is awesome. It's a hockey puck turned into a crab. Wow. That's kit bashing in its finest right there. That's amazing, Git. Wow. That's amazing, Git. More than dice. Thank you for that raid. How are you? Thank you so much for that raid. Thank you for bringing your community here. Welcome, everybody, on this fine Sunday evening. I hope you are all doing well. So, was this a challenge of some kind, Git? Were you given the parts, or... So what were you working on tonight? More than dice? What were you doing? Were you gaming or working on some models? Nerd Holla, how are you? Good podcast night, bringing the peeps. All right. What were you all working on? You podcast night. Okay, it's a challenge. I had to get the parts from your own collection. Wow. See, I don't have a collection of mini parts. We're talking about online RPG resources and our favorite characters. Online RPG resources. I know I was messing around out on the Fallout, the Modifius site. There's a lot of good free material out on the Modifius site for Fallout. I got the entire Lord of the Rings RPG books through Bumble. The Humble Bundle, Humble Bundle. Paid next to nothing for all the books from the Lord of the Rings RPG. Never used them, but hey, I've got them. Never used them, but I got them. Actually, I think my son might have read them. My son likes to just read RPG stuff. Nice. Ed, you should check out this month's Crippled Gods Foundry Goblins. Oh man, goblins. I don't know if I want any more goblins. my goblin pile of shame is way too much. But I'll check it out, because I am a sucker for some good goblins, you know. So everybody, please go give More Than Dice. Is that the name of the podcast too? If you want to plug the podcast or throw up a link for the podcast, please do so. I'm always looking for a good podcast to listen to while I'm commuting. I listen to I like Paint Bravely, I think is my favorite podcast, and there's of course Trapped Under Plastic. Kind of geared towards a little bit of a younger crowd, which is kind of why I think I like Paint Bravely a little more. But I do enjoy listening to some good podcasts. More Than Day, but more okay, so it is called More Than Dice. The podcast is called More Than Dice, and you can find it everywhere. Even Best Buy? No, not gonna be. Have I? You know, I haven't painted my Weasel Master. I've got so many models. Got it up here somewhere. I've got it hanging on my Reaper rack. I have a rack dedicated to all my Reaper stuff.
No, God, please, no!
More Than Dice is on Spotify. All right. Excellent. I need to check that out. I need more stuff to listen to in the car. Especially with construction season back in full swing. Now I sit for another 15 minutes in traffic because of lousy construction. I'm certain when it's all over, I'm going to praise all the great construction. Spotify, Apple Music, all the places. So I am using the cat tongue brush here to do all these lines. That's that brush with the thin edge. Yes, cat tongue brush. Let me show you. This is a cat tongue brush. So it's kind of like a spade tipped brush. And you'll see that it has a thin edge and a wide edge. And you know how I'm always talking about mashing your round tip brush down into your palette to create the fine edge or the thick edge? With this brush, it's permanent. With this brush, it's got the flat edge and the wide edge always. It's pre-mashed. Yeah, it's pre-mashed. I like it for lines. No, this is a new type of brush that Foxbite is testing. So he sent me a sample and wanted to know my opinion. And so far, my opinion on it is that, here's a bigger version of it. So far, my opinion is that I like it for lining. I like it for glazing because of the wide flat edge. And I don't like it for base coating. I would not use it for base coating, and I would not use it for layering. So it works best for doing line texturing. I would not use it for stippling either. So it works great for doing line texturing, and it also works great for glazing. But if I pick up some paint here and I do little lines, see the line texture? Pretty good. What's it like having people wanting to hear my thoughts? Well, sometimes there's a pressure, certainly a pressure, I'll tell you that. Just want to let it be known that when you Google cat tongue brush, you do not get anything related to paint. Okay, after 2 scrolls, I found one. It's $100. Oh my goodness. Well, Foxbite is not charging that. I don't know what he's going to charge. I'm saying he should add it to his set. It is a Kolinsky Sable brush. I told him he should add it to his 7 Deadly Sins set because I think it would be a nice specialty brush to have in there. And I'm using Pro Acryl Bone right now, and I'm mixing it in a little at a time into the Xandri dust-like base that I created here. And we'll just keep doing that until we have a nice, smooth... Till it's nice and smooth! I don't know why I'm working on it so much, because it's going to get OSL'd anyway. But I tend to like to do everything under my OSL in full detail, because then when you do like some OSL work over the top of it, it just makes it look that much nicer. Because your values all show through. All right, Painter Legit, you have a great night. Have a great week. Gotta go find foods. Captain Mizzy, thank you so much for bringing your people here. And thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate it very much. get some food. So now I'm just continuing to work on all of his little scout medals here. The funk of 40,000 years. Your body starts to shiver. A cat's tongue brush turns up a bunch of results. Maybe it's important for the algorithm. The real question is how long before they show up on my wife's feeds. Yep. Because they are watching you. All you have to do is say something now and it'll show up. Which is scary to think. It can't be a coincidence that when you say something and it shows up in your feeds without even searching it. I was just talking to my neighbor last year about smokeless fire pits. And sure enough, they started appearing in my Facebook feed. And I'm like, okay, how does that happen? I didn't search it. We just were talking about it, standing out in the yard. How does that happen? My husband and I talk about restaurants, hoping coupons will pop up before supper time. Big Brother is watching you, and he wants you to buy merch.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Nothing.
Score guy got nothing.
Aww. You got nothing. Oh man, I don't like it when people get nothing. Okay. The advertisers know that your friend bought that thing and know that you are nearby from the GPS data on your phone. It was correlated to show you those fire pits and hope that you will want to keep up with the Joneses. Wow. If that's true, that's scary. It's so scary. So now I'm to pure bone. And this should go quicker and quicker. Whenever you're doing highlights like this, if you're not going faster on each highlight, you're highlighting too much or something. You should go faster on every one. Oh, that didn't work. That was bad. The truth is scarier than the conspiracy, yeah. Ah, yeah, I don't doubt it. Ah, man. Okay, let's see. Now, we got to get those a little brighter yet. I want them to read more. We're going to do...
Hello there.
Warp Drive Dude, hello there! Warp Drive Dude, ooh, I got something to show you. Let me just see if this is going to be the right color. Yep, it is. Yeah, that's going to be the right color. Now we're starting to get there. Okay, let me show you. I finished... the, I forget what this guy's name is, but the shaggy, like, guy. I gave him the Jamaican, Ziggy. Yeah, Ziggy. I decided to embrace the doobie and give him the Bob Marley hat, colored hat. So, yeah, he's done. So now we got two done. We got the dude, embrace the doobie. So we got the dude done and Ziggy. And I still have the girl to do, but I've got her on my stand now, so I can start. I did start to do the metal because I had the metal out, so I'm like, we're gonna do it. And then I also worked on this little thing. We did the Fallout girl, Vault Girl from Fallout. So we threw this together last night using some of those Atom paints. I like the Atom paints. They were very nice. And she's part of she's she's part of Vault 69. Fallout is such a great show. Yeah, it is a fun model. I enjoyed painting that too. That was a 3D print I got as part of a bundle from Modifius. So yeah, I'm enjoying painting these a lot. These. Have you seen Black Skull's Clownies yet? The Ronald Clowny? It's amazing. certainly a different style than mine, but I love how it captures like a punk. When I look at Black Skull's clown, it really gives me that vibe of like punk rock, like what punk rock would look like in the future if combined with your dystopian future. No, oh yeah, here. Let me show. I've got a. It's in Discord. Let me see. Where is it? I think it's in Discord. Let me see if it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's in the whip gallery. Yeah, here it is. Check this out. Future punk rock. Yeah. I mean, if you picture punk rock people in the future combined with the fast food stuff, this is what I would picture, kind of that over the top makeup, over the top colors. Look at the polka dots on the shirt. I mean, it's just amazing. It's amazing. It definitely tells me that this to me is very thematic in that style. Yeah, it's a really neat design, isn't it? I'm glad I started with the Temple of Za. You know what I should do on the girl? Instead of doing flowers like in the concept art, I think I'm going to do pepperonis on her dress. Like pepperoni slices on her dress. Or I wonder if I can make her dress look like a pizza. Like with mushrooms and... Oh man, now I gotta think about this. I love that you heard Black Skull. Different styles. I really want folks to enjoy painting the models. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Now I'm looking at this wondering if I can make her dress like a pizza. Because I think that would be so cool compared to the other ones. A pizza dress, yeah. Ah, man, now I gotta think of that. See, when you look at Black Skull's work, all of a sudden, you're hit with a whole different level of inspiration. Did you see it, Car Collector? Did you see it? He was tail wagging in his sleep. He does that. Sure, now he's not going to do it. Yeah, he went for a walk, so he's all tuckered out. Between being out for a walk and just being outside a lot today, fresh air just knocks him out. Painting the clownies on stream, you got an inquiry or two. I did have your subscribe link and hack and slash Insta page. Other folks' links I should have. I think those are the only links right now, as far as I know. And if anybody's interested in the game, the Hangry games, you can type in Hangry, exclamation point Hangry, and go sign up for the notification, the pre-go live notification. The game is a dystopian future where everybody worships fast food. And those models I just showed you, those were from the Temple of Za. So there's different factions. And the model that Black Skull is painting, that's from the Clownies, which are, you know, McDonald's, basically. And Temple of Za is pizza. Then there's the Bell Ringers. There's other different factions that you're going to be able to get expansions for. Bell Ringers. Queens of Derry. White Citadel, White Castle. It's so fun. It's so fun. Got a chance to play the game at Adepticon. Had a blast. And our very own Warp Drive dude is the creator of the game. All right. So this is it's gonna be great. All right, now I'm gonna make just one more. I'm gonna make one more highlight. I just added, I just went with the regular ivory. I kind of cheated. I added just a little bit of white to what I already had on my palette. But I didn't want to waste what I had on my palette already, so just a little extra white. Bring that up just one more little layer, but I still want these to look kind of dirty. Not really dirty, but okay. There. I think that's looking pretty good. And I kept all the old colors in case I needed a little extra of the different colors. I don't know why I'm worried about this book up or this parchment up here so much, because I'm going to end up OSLing it. But I guess it's not the worst thing in the world to... See all those lines, how they create all that nice little texture? See that texture? Almost looks like real paper. Thank you, Warp Drive dude. Appreciate that. It's gonna be a great game. I just painting those models is just so much fun. I mean, there's so many models out there to paint and games to play, but man, you got a really unique theme. And that makes them very, very fun. And I like they're not chibi style, but yet they're kind of cartoony. I love that. Makes it fun to paint. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right. Part of me wants to do these tentacles. I gotta think of what colors. I want to wet blend these tentacles. Bench Guy gifted a sub to Car Collector. All right, let's spin the new wheel. The new adjusted wheel. 400 monster marks. All right, thank you, Bench Guy. Narf, how you doing tonight? All right, I want to do something kind of fun. I love wet blending. I haven't wet blended in a long time. But in order to do that, I need to get some colors ready. We need a turquoise. I need a dark blue. All right, I need dark blue, regular blue, turquoise, or maybe dark turquoise. Yes, so I'm going to use these three colors in this order. So dark blue, blue, and turquoise. Alistair's looking amazing. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, this is we're just getting started. I mean, we got so much to go on this piece, but it's gonna turn out great. I know it. Why aren't I shaking all these paints at once? Bench Guy gifted a sub to Narf. Kalini. Kalini is raiding into the monster den. We're being raided by Kalini. How you doing, my friend? Kalini. Everybody, go give Kalini a follow. Incredible painter. You won't be disappointed. Get a shout out for Kalini, please. My goodness. My goodness. Thank you so much, my friend, for that awesome raid. Appreciate you. All right. Did you get to Adepticon this year, Kalini? I don't remember you saying you were going. But I did not. Okay, good. Because if you were there and I didn't get a chance to meet you, I would have been, what the hell? Haven't been since 2019. Well, it's moving to Milwaukee now, so that's going to be kind of interesting. All right, we're going to do some wet blending. Maybe I should add just a little bit of retarder here. I'm going to grab some. Let's see, do I have some here on my... No. We're going to use some... We're going to just wet the surface with a little bit of retarder. And what this does is it'll prevent the surface from... It'll keep the paint from drying instantly, so I'll be able to work with it a little bit. At least that's the hope. Okay, I think that should do it. All right, here we go. We're gonna have to work fast. All right, so we're gonna start with some dark blue kind of up along the bottom. And then we're gonna use some regular blue. We're gonna let that blend. From the dark blue to the lighter blue. Right? And then we're gonna wipe out our brush real quick. Still got a little bit of regular blue to do. Forgot to do my dark blue down here. Oop. And then we're going to take our turquoise. And we're going to just put that along the top. So just like oil painting, you're blending on the canvas. And you can do this with acrylic. You just got to either be fast or use a little bit of retarder in order to slow down that drying time. I'm kind of staying out of this tentacle-y area right now. Because I want to add another color, which I should have gotten out already. All right. I apologize if I'm not watching chat at the moment. I should have grabbed the last color too, which is Pink Horror. There's things I need to be sorry for. All right, and then we're going to take a little bit of a pink horror, and we're going to blend that in too, just along this tentacle line. We're even getting a little purple where the pink and the blue meet. We're getting a little bit of purple, which is cool. Pretty cool. Look at Otis. He has no treats. I don't even... He was wagging his tail in his sleep here before. Now he's awake. He's looking at me. You want it? Right there, Otis. Otis, it's right in front of your nose, dude. Look at that lazy bum. He can't even... He can't even, He can't even, eat it right because he's laying on his side. I should have had another color on my palette too right away. No, already too dry, I think. Oh, there was still a little work time in there. All right. All right, I just had to paint that tentacle thing. It's just too cool. And even after the wet blend, we can come back and do more with it. We can layer on it and texture it. I just wanted to get the basic blend going because I thought it just needed it. I like it. Then we're going to do the book. I don't know what's more unbelievable about this mini, that this is Ed with hair and a beard, or a squid is coming out of a piece of paper. It's amazing. It is a squid coming out of a piece of paper. So I'm using the same blend here for the book. Assuming that this is the book that he's reciting his spells out of, and that the creature he's summoned is some kind of creature from the deep, and that this book would be some kind of a blue book. Mess around with some texture on this book. I really kind of like that. The Kraken! Release the Kraken! And then we're going to bring that blue accent color around to these orb-like things here too, or these potions. This is the point in the model where I try to stop introducing new colors. And I just like to spread the colors around. Those will be a lot brighter when we're done. I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I got nice fresh paint here on my palette. Trying to make that book look a little interesting, putting a little texture on it, a little blend on there, a little texture. Pretty interesting. Nice fresh paint on my palette. That's awesome. Nice fresh paint on my palette. I like that. You gotta highlight those bottles. Just working up dark turquoise and turquoise from Pro Acryl into a blue base. And I'm on the dark turquoise right now. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the turquoise kind of quickly so I can just kind of take advantage of a little wet blending. And then at the very end, we'll layer some white in there just to give it just a little bit more, but let's see how that makes such a big difference though. And if you lose your mid-tone, just pick some up off your palette, put it back in. Looking pretty good. Fresh paint on my palette. Everybody wants to rule the world. Bench guy? My goodness. Thank you so much. I think it's going to turn out to be a fantastic piece. Loving it already. It's got so many techniques on it, which those are the most fun to do. You know, when you're doing so many techniques on a piece, you know, you get your blending and your texturing and your, you know, your colors and your fabrics and your, you know, it's going to be amazing. And I'm surprised I've gotten as far with it as I have. In such a short time. We gotta start working on all this green cloth. And the non-metallic metal, of course. I might end up changing one of the bottle colors, I don't know. I might go with like an acid green or something for one of them. Just to maybe add a little bit of difference. We'll see. We'll see how the whole kind of composition looks, and then I don't think we're gonna need a whole lot more. By the time all of these non-metallic metal pieces are done, it's not gonna need a whole lot more. It's gonna be pretty cool. Okay. Gonna have OSL, NMM. Trying to see if I've got highlight color. Got this salmon color that could be interesting. Or this pale red could be interesting. Ooh, I like this. I'm gonna try this pale carmine red. Really interesting color here. I'm gonna try that quickly as a highlight color on the red sash. I'm gonna see what that looks like. Ooh, I think I like it. Oh, I definitely like it. That's a gorgeous highlight color. Yeah. I like this color. This is interesting because, you know, red is a tough color to highlight without going pink, but this is an interesting kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's pink, but it's not reading as pink. It's reading as red. And it's called Carmine Red. So it's definitely an interesting color. This is a Chimera color. But it's making for a very rich highlight. See that? How that's really cool looking. Sometimes you just gotta try something new. I've never used this color before. And I like it. I think I'm gonna use it more. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that's gorgeous. I love that. That is fantastic. I don't get excited about a color that often, but this is a really neat color. Isn't that cool? And it's making for a very contrasty color between the dark and the light. And then I'll have to probably find one more layer, probably adding maybe some dark warm flesh or some warm flesh to this. But to just bump it just a tiny little bit more. But wow. Really like this color. Now the staff is going to be in my way. It's just a really, I don't know how to describe it. Very medieval kind of color. Wow, if I were doing my own pro acryl set, I would create a color like this. I think this is an awesome red highlight color. This is probably one of the best red highlight colors I've ever come across. It reminds me of the colors of what was that comic strip in the Sunday paper? Was it Prince Valiant? Yeah, it is a little, it's not quite as salmon. Here's salmon. So this is salmon and this is carmine red. You can see how that it's just a little redder than salmon. But you remember the old comic strip? I think it was like a Prince Valiant comic strip that always had those interesting kind of medievally colors. This reminds me very much of that kind of artwork. Pretty sure it was Prince Valiant was the one that was in most Saturday papers. But this is, I like this. And it's going really well with that burgundy color underneath it. Boy, sometimes you just get lucky. And that's really what I'm calling this. I mean, I saw the color on my shelf and I'm like, let's try. And then, just to see what happens, I am going to add a little bit of see, now that made it more pink. Let me try a little bit of, instead of warm flesh, I'm going to try dark warm flesh. So I think the warm flesh made it a little too pink. Highlight red with the salmon. At least this burgundy red. I don't know if it would work for like red, bright red. But this burgundy red and this color are made for each other. Now I'm going to take some dark warm flesh. Oh, I like that better already. Yeah, it's not quite as whitey pink. Okay, so now I added some dark warm flesh. And now we're just going to add just a little more highlight on this little spot right here just to see what it looks like. And there you go. There's your progression. That's nice. All right, so carmine red from Chimera and a little bit of dark warm flesh, and you've got a beautiful workup. Look at that. Oh, that is just gorgeous. All right, I'm going to have to make a note of this workup because I love it. I am going to use this again, no doubt. Look at that. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And if you wanted to go a little bit further, you could take the dark warm flesh almost by itself and just do another little layer right on the end there. Add it to some of the very highest spots. Yeah. Wow. Hey, Ghoul Studio, how you doing? I just found a color combination that I am digging. I love it. So I began by using Pro Acryl Burgundy. And then I found an incredible red highlight color from Chimera called Pale Carmine Red. And this color is absolutely fantastic for this piece. It gives it a very medieval, kind of regal kind of look. And I like it. And then the last highlights, I add dark warm flesh from Pro Acryl, and then a little more dark warm flesh. And I ended up with just this gorgeous progression here. You know, because red is one of those things that, oh God. Let's just face it. Red is not an easy color to work with. It's like whenever I'm like talking with people about painting at my local game store. Oh, I want to paint it red. Oh, you're a beginner painter and you want to paint it red. Okay, we can, but let's start with an easier color. Let's start with blue. We'll talk about red later. All right. I'm liking this. This is nice. Part of me says I want to do an oil wash on this at the end. Talk about a Bob Ross moment. Yeah, what is the easiest color to paint besides primer gray? I'd say blue is one of the easier colors because you can highlight with adding white or ivory. Any color that you can add white or ivory to are the easiest to work with. So you got your well, your greens can get a little desaturated, but I just use dark warm flesh or warm flesh. You can use that in green, you can use that in and that's when you truly experience the joy of painting. You know, another difficult color without desaturating like crazy is purple. Purple's not an easy color to work with either. I'd say the two easiest colors to work with are blue and green. Reds are a pain, yellows are a pain. Purples are a pain. Every color has its considerations, but blue might be the easiest to figure out. Yeah, I'm thinking blue is definitely the easiest to figure out. We did some wet blending on this tentacle thing here. We got quite a ways with this tonight. My goodness. I wanted to end early tonight. Little did that not happen. I wanted to end early. So much for ending early. I got to get some sleep. I slept about 3 or 4 hours last night at most. I am dead tired. I'm dead tired. Alrighty, folks. We are going to get ready to raid out because I am just ready. Who are we going to go to, though? Was 80 Creations was here earlier. Let's see what 80 Creations. All right, we're gonna push this and this. Alrighty, folks. We're done for tonight. I think Otis has been done for the last 2 hours. He's just out. He is definitely out for the count. I think 80 Creations was here earlier, so we're gonna go and raid 80 Creations. So give a big hello and follow to 80 Creations. Looks like working on a mermaid, maybe? So yeah, wow. We made a lot of progress tonight on the Mad Mage, and I'm liking where it's going. I think it's going to be an incredible piece when it's done. So anyway, yeah, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you all just coming and talking and just having a good time. I hope you enjoyed your time here in stream. I hope you got some hobbying done, and I hope you're going to have a great week and get some hobbying done. My next stream will hopefully be Thursday. I've been getting better at getting to my Thursday streams again, work allowing. So yeah, Narf, thank you so much. Laters, Bench Guy, thank you for all the gift subs and bits and stuff. It's way above and beyond, and I appreciate it. Kalini, thank you for that raid. More Than Dice, thank you for the raid. Blades with that resub. Tarzan with the bits, and Sarge, thank you all so much. Tancred with the follow. Phoenixy with the follow. The Macron with the raid. Quandom, Black, Laters, Bench Guy, Quandom, Ghoul Studio, Warp Drive Dude. Have a great one. Thank you so much. Let's see, who else is all here? El Kraken, Great Bob, Kalini, Narf, Car Collector. You got It's the Pope, Avrelina, Captain Mizzy, Fat Crow. We're running out of time on the raid. Arla Michael, thank you so much. So anyway, until next time, from Otis the Sleeping Wonder Dog and I, stay safe, stay healthy, get your licks in, and thank you for being a friend. We'll see you next week. This week, Thursday. Cheers, my friends. Bye-bye.